And it was through studying this idea, looking into the mountain of data that had accumulated over years and decades by other researchers, and studying their work and studying the experiments that had gone on, that allowed us to begin to formulate an approach to deal with this underlying problem of micronutrient derangement. And it was that first element that we incorporated into what would now become Prodigy 5. You can go to the next one, please. So you see in number 1 here, the first step was a micronutrient formula based upon peer-reviewed data, published data, experimentation, and that in fact had the American Medical Association's approval as an ideal formula for micronutrition for general health. So this is the first proprietary, patent-pending element or technology, if you will, that we brought to Prodigy 5. The second one, please. The next one. Here's a list of those nutritional elements that comprise the general health formula. Again, each one is chosen for very specific reasons. Each individual element that you're looking at was chosen, and its dose was chosen based upon a mountain of data and information that had been accumulated by the brightest minds in nutrition over decades. But this wasn't enough. We didn't want to just have a micronutrient formula for general health. We had been working in eye disease. We had probably the finest mind of his generation in eye disease and in science and medicine, working with us, Dr. Ambati. So we used that to encourage us to build the formulation, to build the formula, and to bring additional technology to this product. And because of that, we brought these 4 elements. These 4 elements were chosen for very specific reasons based upon the largest series of studies ever done on eye disease, age-related study of eye disease. And it is these elements, together with a few of the other elements in the general formulation, that work together and address the major diseases of the eye, and according to the AREDS studies, mitigate those major diseases. So together, the micronutrient formula for general health and for eye health were brought together as one, and it is now a patent-pending proprietary formula. And it is based in more science and data than any other formulation in the marketplace. But we didn't stop there. Next, please. We realized that antioxidants had to be incorporated. We were reading, as we went through all of this data, this mountain of information about technology, something that all of us have come to know, and that is that free radicals were becoming a tremendous problem in our health, with increasing levels of pollution, with abuse of tobacco, with stress levels, poor nutrition. Free radical levels were climbing and are climbing precipitously in our bodies. And there are many models for disease, and one of them is that many diseases have their beginning, their first step into the human body through the free radical model. So we realized we had to add antioxidants, and we chose three very specific foods that the data and that information about these foods proved to be ideal for the antioxidants we wanted in our formulation. We chose pomegranate, raspberry, and phytoplankton. Now, as I said earlier, there's just so much that I could talk about, but I really have to leave that there and tell you again that I will touch in greater detail upon each of these areas. And for the scientists and the doctors out there that are going, tell me more, I assure you that I will make available abundant data for anyone and everyone who cares to review it. But this was our antioxidant formula that we included in the Prodigy 5 product. Next, please. Now, as you look at the literature, as you look at the common media of nutrition and fitness, there is something that is continually brought up, and that is that freestanding micronutrients, vitamins and minerals that are not part of foods, that are pills or powders, that they are not absorbed with as efficiently as they would be absorbed were they incorporated into foods. And that's true. That has been shown. We understand that. But we had spent so much time and we had hit on what we believe to be such a powerful formula for addressing the litany of nutritional disorders. We'd hit on these formulas for general and eye health, that we were convinced that we had to ensure that the body was absorbing and utilizing these micronutrients that we were providing it. And we were working, our company, which is called Saucedo, our company was working on a completely different project. And that project was dedicated to increasing or bioenhancing absorption of nutrients. But we realized as this project evolved that we had to take that technology and incorporate it into Prodigy 5 to ensure that nutrition was actually being utilized. We had to do it so that we knew it was happening, so that you had assurances that it was happening, that anyone looking at this product could see that we had developed a technology to ensure that the body was assimilating, absorbing, and utilizing these micronutrient formulas. This list has been sitting here for a while, and this list is a very partial list of potential mechanisms of action for that absorption technology that I talked about. And I'll talk about just a few of these to give you an idea of how we approached this challenge of increasing the bioenhancing absorption of nutrients. We utilized our technology to ensure that transit time through the stomach was increased so that our product and foods that passed through the stomach would actually transit more quickly. And while they were transiting through the stomach, the technology ensured that there was a reduction in the hydrochloric secretion, the hydrochloric acid secretion. The stomach is a very harsh environment, very acidic, very low pH. And so by increasing transit time and by reducing secretion of the hydrochloric acid in the stomach, we were able to to pass our technology and other nutrients through the stomach so that they made it through into the small intestine in a more complete form that could be utilized more readily by the body for absorption. Additionally, another thing that our technology is capable of doing is to have effects on the gallbladder. The gallbladder secretes bile, and bile is critical to the digestion of fats, but it is a very aggressive chemical. It breaks down fats, but it has very powerful effects on amino acids and sugars. And so our technology decreases or has effects on the gallbladder to reduce the secretion of bile. So again, the nutrients that we're delivering, the micronutrients and the technology arrives in the gut, arrives in the small intestine, intact, whole, and ready to do the work that it's there for. We also were able to increase permeability of the intestinal cells that are the targets of nutrition. The cells that the nutrition entered the body through, we increased permeability of that, allowing for more ready absorption and uptake of the nutrients. These are just a few of the things that our technology is able to do, and there are more. So to sum up, we have two proprietary technologies that include micronutrients designed specifically for general health, and that is backed by the American Medical Association as the optimum ingredients necessary for general health. Secondly, we have our micronutrient formulation for general eye disease. Eye disease is becoming epidemic. Macular degeneration, the incidence is climbing. Blindness due to retinal disease from diabetes is another growing problem. It is essential that it was essential and is essential that we face and address issues to do with eye disease, and we did that. So we have these two proprietary micronutrient formulations, and together with them, we have this proprietary bioenhancing absorption technology to ensure that those micronutrients are getting where they need to go to do the best good for our health. Finally, you can go to the, actually, let's look at this list. This is a neat and partial list of some of the nutritional elements that our technology enhances the absorption of. And we just have some. We have the fat-soluble vitamins. We are able to augment the absorption of all of the fat-soluble vitamins, of all of the water-soluble vitamins, of the minerals that you see here and others, of the amino acids that you see here and others. You even see whole foods, herbs at the bottom, important herbs that have pretty powerful health effects. We were able to show in the laboratory, and we have data for all of these elements showing that we were able, through our technology, to enhance absorption and therefore the delivery of these nutritional elements to the body. And there are many more. We go to the last slide, please. And so we have what I consider an extremely important technology that if shared, can touch the lives of every single individual on earth. Even if we're healthy, even if we don't suffer from any kind of disorder or disease. By balancing our micronutrients, we are helping to establish a healthy environment in our bodies, to maintain our health. But for those who don't, for those who are suffering from disease, this technology has as its core the strongest, largest body of scientific evidence to support its use and to support its efficacy. It's a powerful technology that with it comes responsibility.